what's up, guys? This is your boy Feeds, and today we're going to talk about Ignatius. Ignatius is the Lord and Savior of cheeses and rice, and he is by far probably one of my favorite legendaries. Mainly because he's got so much versatility when it comes to it, and ultimately provides a lot of offset for whatever you decide to do. He's okay for clan boss. If you look at their views, obviously his ratings are relatively high, and that's with good reason too. I have him built kind of for arenas, so my build is a little bit different than what I typically would do with them, but ultimately his playstyle still fits the same. So we'll kind of go over his skill set first. As you can see, Skull Rattle has 4 levels to it. Attacks one enemy, has 15% of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Damage based on defense. Battle Shout, which is the tier 2, your A2 ability, attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn, and damage is based on defense. And then of course you can minimize the cooldown on it. And then Turn to Ash, this is probably one of the best abilities he has. Attacks all enemies, has 75% chance of placing an HP burn, debuff for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be resisted, damage based on defense. So you can get the cooldown down to 5 turns, which makes it incredibly strong. Obviously I haven't got enough skill tomes to do it yet. And then of course his aura increases ally defense in all battles by 25%. So HP burn is incredibly good because it's percent damage that does effectively everything. It's good for arenas, it's good for clan boss, it's good for dungeons, it's good for campaigns. He really is kind of the end all be all, one of the better defense heroes out there, and you can build him kind of that way. Now the only catch to it is that he doesn't benefit from attack power, so it's not a significant deal to try and stack it. With him currently I have defense, divine speed, and life. The divine speed is just for a little extra shield at the end of the day. If I don't run with my shield Gorgrab, it makes it him a little bit more tankier. The 2 set defense, obviously 15% defense, and then life you can do 15% HP. I specifically did this just to give him a little bit more tank appeal to it, mainly because I do use him for arena, and it was more important to have speed substats and a little bit of HP than it was anything else. So as you can see, 43,000 HP, that's without HP stacking, 3340 defense. His speed's 153, critical rate 24%, crit damage 80%, debuff resistance 89, and then of course accuracy 141 for clan boss and stuff like that. So he's really good, like I said, in a lot of different aspects. You can build him to be tankier. You can honestly probably hit 60 to 70k HP with him with the right build. If you decided to go more of a crit build with him, you could do that, and then of course his A3 and his A2 do a ton of damage. If you want a speed build where you try to cap him out at 180 or 190 speed, it makes him pretty good because you can recycle his turns. But what I've come to find too, more than anything else with his gear set, is he kind of appeals to a lot of different gear sets out there when it matters most. So the cool thing is you can do things like reflex if you wanted to. I've even toyed around with avenging and shielding on him. All completely viable sets. Relentless is one that I haven't fully tested with him yet, just because I haven't had a good kind of itemization for him on it. But ultimately, if you can have him attacking more frequently, you get more opportunity to stun. If you do arenas, you get more opportunity to do more as far as HP burn. So there's nothing you can't really not do with him. But again, because he's a defense hero, he plays like a tank for the most part. But his A2 and A3 abilities are so strong, especially in arena where you can set up your taunt to basically take away a full rotation, provided that you're going against like a Skull Crown or someone who has AoE attack as their A1. It gives you a lot of opportunity to basically offset a lot of the kind of meta, if you will, in arenas as well. So Ignatius is probably one of my favorites, like I said. He's got a cool appeal to him, very cool kit. And then of course, once you get his A3 ability maxed out, it makes him just incredibly deadly overall because you're doing a ton of damage and you never miss your HP burn, which makes it really good for clan boss. I'll kind of show you some of his animations. I don't think I need to go over full like on a clan boss fight, but we'll see if we can find something in arena form real quick just to give you an idea of what he does. We'll play into another Gorgrab team, not a big deal. So as you can see, currently I'm running Robar, Ignatius, Nathiel, and Gorgrab for the speed aura. Typically my Ignatius attacks second if he attacks first of the group of people. So we'll pop off. He does that, no problem. Okay, ability locks, cool, not a problem. A little unfortunate there. So taunt when it comes to it. We're probably going to lose this one because we're ability locked on Go Grab, which is alright. But just to give you an idea, the taunts, they all go on him. And of course, he's blue affinity, which makes it even easier. So we'll revive. And then we're going to do our HP burn. So HP burn, as you can see, it hits every time that they have a turn, it pops on them, which is really convenient when you're fighting on these two types of teams as well. Again, we kind of went into a team that we knew we were going to lose, but gives you an idea on how his abilities kind of play out. He's really strong in the end game, and then of course, if you can land stuns, it always makes it pretty convenient too. If you went with a little bit meatier defense build, you could probably do 15 and 20k crits on him. If you ran with like a Bad Alcazar or something like that when it comes to it. But just gives you some idea on different types of builds. Obviously, I didn't really play into this team properly because I just went with the default team that I had. But ultimately, the taunt gives you a lot of functionality when it goes to those things right there. So that's all I really have to say about Ignatius. He is one of my favorite heroes, and I do want to try different builds with him where I can kind of recycle him more on Clan Boss, because I think HP burn is pretty significant. Obviously, Clan Boss being immune to taunt makes it a little unfair, but ultimately it is what it is when it comes to it. He wouldn't be an S tier hero, he's probably A tier. And of course, if I had a better itemization for him, I could probably get him a little bit better. Obviously, farming for spider and stuff like that goes into it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like below. If you liked it enough to follow, go ahead and hit the subscribe button above. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or want to see a particular hero in the future, go ahead and hit a comment below and let me know what I can do for you. You guys take it easy.
Run! It's gonna be a left click. It's gonna be a left click.
Yeah!